Hello everyone, time for another weekly update. Let's take a look at what we got here. First we got the eggplant, looking pretty good. Should be ready to go next year. The Swiss chard doesn't really grow much, just sits there. And the basil's looking really good, really starting to grow well. And got the Volunteer raspberry, Volunteer tomato. With all those flowers, it's clearly the Texas Roadhouse. And got some tomatoes starting here. The lemon tree that came back, along with clearly a pepper plant. Don't know what that is. And then these jalapenos in here, doing pretty well. Can't really complain. I need to even harvest some of them by now. Butternut squash, plant's dying, but got plenty of butternut. They're starting to turn brown. I actually think there's one over here. That's probably could harvest that one if I needed one. Get the Swiss chard in the pot. I need to get that watered. Okay, let's head over to the pumpkin patch. Harvested most of them. I'll show you those later. A couple pumpkins there. Honestly, there's not a whole lot going on over here anymore. That one there that got rotten. Looks like there's a couple here that are starting. We did harvest the big white one. This Volunteer one never did anything. There, I believe that's going to be another one of the white ones that's actually growing in the shape it's supposed to, which is odd. But they grow in different shapes. Okay. The main garden. Topped off that maple tree. I did clear out the cucumbers. I planted peas, beets, and bok choy in there. Extended the netting to help protect them. Not a good one. It almost looks like sunburn. These are the two jalapeno plants over here. Just doing okay. Kind of expected them to do better. So somebody on Instagram told me that this is a pokeweed that makes these cool looking berries that eventually turn purple. Apparently this can kill humans, but the birds love it, so it doesn't hurt the birds. Might as well leave it out. It's pretty, but really dark purple. Here's zucchini. Nothing really growing in there right now. I did harvest like 4 in the last week, so plenty of time for this one to catch up, which don't see any zucchini starting yet, but I'm sure soon enough it'll start spitting some out. It's got milkweed everywhere. Bell peppers aren't doing nearly as well this year as they did last year. Hey, the green bean plants, they're growing, getting some flowers, but I don't think I have any green beans yet. Well, hopefully soon. Hey, the monstrous pumpkin patch. Been harvesting some of them. I do have another large one growing. So that one should be good for Halloween. And then I also have this one I'll probably harvest today. That's a yellow one that turned orange. There's another one. The yellow one that turned orange. And there's a third one right here. And mind you, this came up in the worst part of the garden where usually nothing grows. So I couldn't be happier. There's another one. Okay, Eagle Trekker, this one's for you. I have my first ripe ghost pepper with plenty more growing. It's a shame you don't live next door to me, because I'd be sharing a ton of hot peppers with you. My anchos, that's just a monster here. It's not starting to slow down on production, but once we get through the whole garden, you'll see I just don't need them. Got plenty of cucamelons. I just can't even keep up with the harvesting on them. And just look at them all. There's so many of them. But that's a good thing, right? Hey, take you into the bird netting. So this volunteer plant, based off the number of tomatoes, it has part Texas Roadhouse in it, but it's not Texas Roadhouse because that's not how they grow. That's okay. Actually rethinking my Texas Roadhouse tomatoes. They're okay, but I bet you there's a lot more flavorful ones. Okay, I learned a lesson this year that, so these, I'm guessing 4 tomato plants, maybe 5. For the first time in my life, I went back to read the packaging. They are determinate tomatoes. And I've never grown those because I've never understood why you wouldn't want a tomato plant that just keeps on growing. Swiss chard I still eat every day. This plant has had a lot of brown stuff on it. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's anything too bad. But it has my first tomato beefsteak that is turning red. So hopefully none of the animals get in here. These determinate tomatoes do make just a ton of tomatoes. So I can't really complain too much, but this one here, and look how many, it grows in bunches. But I guess it's going to be done after those turn red. Where this one is an indeterminate, and it didn't make that many. There's our little bee friend. And look at all those cucamelons in the back too. Anyway, getting distracted. Squirrel. Starting to put on a whole lot more on this one, so that makes me happy. Love my beefsteak tomatoes. They're my favorite. This monster beefsteak there. I'm hoping that doesn't get sunburnt. The plant's starting to fall down some. Try to get that back up. This plant too. There's quite a few on it. Definitely a different growing pattern than I'm used to. Okay, so this is Texas Roadhouse. Going pretty well. Picking plenty of those every day. Let's look how many it puts on. This one is looking like it might be a mix with Texas Roadhouse. Hard to tell. Let's see if we can get over there. I have to eventually, right? This was charred. And another Texas Roadhouse. The beans growing in it. Just don't see any beans. Let's see. Sorry about the lawnmower. That's getting too loud over there. Okay. At this area here, the habaneros. Got the kale. Still feeding the rabbit. Looking forward to these raspberries. Getting quite a few of them right now. Well, they don't get that many. This is getting to be overgrown in here. I think I kind of messed up with that. Carrots still look fine, raspberries look fine, but this pepper plant is getting choked out. Nice cucumbers I planted. The main problems is this Texas Roadhouse. It grows pretty big. And down in there is also another cucumber that has no chance. I should just rip out the tomatoes. Another bell pepper that's not producing anything. Got cucamelon vines growing all in there. It's another Texas Roadhouse. And this will be my only cucumber that has a chance right there. And another jalapeno plant. A big old jalapeno. And I believe the bell pepper. I did harvest my beet. There's the cucamelon plant growing out of control. Really need to limit that next year. I believe that's an habanero. And this is a bell pepper. I think it might actually be making some bell peppers now. This is an habanero. Just gonna have so many hot peppers. Whatever this one is. Gonna have more than I need, for sure. I think this is another bell pepper. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 pepper plants in there. I think 6. So this is a Peter pepper here. This one back here. Yeah, that's the Peter pepper. And these sweet potatoes looking real good. Red potatoes growing. That's got to be coming near the end. And we got a bell pepper. Ancho. Hey, this one, Scotch bonnet. So I'm gonna have a ton of Scotch bonnets. This one's a Scotch bonnet as well. And this one. Like I said, I just started way too many and I don't have the heart to kill them, so I just throw them all out. One of whatever these are. And my cayenne peppers that are not growing well, but at least it's putting peppers on. Another bell pepper. Another cayenne. Yes, I need to get out and harvest some of those. It's another Peter pepper. The lettuce is finally going to seed, so I'll have more lettuce next year. I'll just let that go to seed and replant itself. I can almost still eat that lettuce there, but I doubt it'd be any good. The ancho plant I'm trying to keep alive. under its own weight of peppers. I don't know how these branches are holding them up, but wow, way too many anchos. A bell pepper here, it's got a pepper there. Had another sweet potato. Not really sure what this one is, but way behind whatever it is. That one looks like a bell pepper. The onions finally, I don't know what took so long, or why this doesn't happen more, but the seeds finally started growing. I mean, it's been dropping seeds for 2 years now, and this is the first year that they've actually grown. That's pretty cool. And this is another ghost pepper. I'm sure it'll start putting a lot of peppers on. So if you're ever in Southwest Ohio, Eagles, Trekker, stop on by and I'll hook you up. Green onions, those green onions, really the first year I don't think they'll go to seed. Okay. Got my asparagus. Maybe I'll try to actually eat some of that next year. Started those from seed and only one grew, but it's spread over the last 5-6 years. Cleaned this section out but didn't plant anything. Mole pepper. Had one and something actually ate it, which is kind of weird. Alright, and here's raspberries, bell peppers, and camera will get there eventually. Hot peppers. See how they're going. Habanero, putting a few on, not a ton. Got the raspberries. Should put some on this fall, at least they're supposed to. Some there. Bunch of bees. And this habanero plant. He just puts on so many habaneros in our area. I never have issues with them. More of this one, whatever it is. We have some bell peppers. These plants look pretty good, but not a lot of peppers. This one back here is another habanero. Whew. There's so many peppers. Bell pepper doesn't really have anything going on. Not many of them do. This one, oh, there's my biggest one probably. About time. Alright, see if I can whip through these hot peppers real quick. Oh, it's supposed to be ancho. Yeah, that's ancho. Still waiting for this tomato to ripen. I can't wait. Got some kind of stripes on them. Purple bumblebee is the one I was thinking of last time. This one, oh, finally, it's got Peter peppers. Yeah, that's the one that didn't have anything, so now I know what it is. There's some more Peter peppers in here. I mean, there's so many of them. And this one, bunch of peppers turning red. Not really sure what that is either. Mole finally started turning brown. I picked some of them. There's so many of those. Or this one, whatever it is. Plenty of them. Peter pepper. Some of them might be starting to turn red actually. This volunteer tomato plant, I've eaten a few of those. Starting to turn red. Some of them. And then we got some habaneros. Habaneros there. Habanero habaneros there. Habaneros are my favorite if you haven't figured that out yet. Finally, an ancho pepper plant there. That's about it on the vegetables. I also have this that pops up every year and I have no idea what they are. I'm sure somebody does. I'm sure they're common, but it's amazing how fast they pop out of the ground and grow. Well, anyway, I guess that's it for this week. Everything's going really well. It's a good time of year when you start harvesting a lot of stuff, and I just need to figure out what to do with it all. Making plans for next year, what I've learned. Don't need hot peppers next year. I think this will be enough for a couple years, at least. And pumpkins. I guess I can finally grow pumpkins. Anyway, that's what I have for this week. Appreciate everybody stopping by and checking it out, and be sure to like and leave a comment down below, even if it's just to say hi. Alrighty, thanks. Okay, here's the pumpkins I've harvested so far. This was supposed to be a white pumpkin, and it turned into a white bread loaf. That's the yellow ones that turn orange. Don't know what these are. Don't remember buying seeds for those. And this one, I do not remember buying seeds for that one either. I don't know what those are. And this one, we had one just like this last year and saved the seeds. So that one grew what was supposed to be. And there's the monster pumpkin that was growing outside. It's 35 pounds. But I don't think it will make it till Halloween. So anyway, thanks for watching.